The most commonly asked question: should I be doing cardio or weightlifting in the gym? I'm Tiana. I'm a certified personal trainer and nutrition coach. Let's get into it. First of all, it depends on your goals. If you're strictly looking to just build endurance, maybe run a half marathon or a race, then you're going to want to focus on cardio. But if your goal is to lose weight, lose body fat, and tone out your body, then weightlifting is going to be the tool to give you that toned, strong, and chiseled look. I will say there are tremendous benefits to doing both. So let's talk about the pros. Starting with weightlifting, weightlifting boosts your metabolism. When you weightlift, you are increasing your muscle mass, which in turn increases the amount of calories that you burn at rest. Furthermore, it has the afterburn effect, which essentially means that you will continue to burn calories after you're done with your workout. This is called excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. The next benefit is pretty self-explanatory, but with weight training, you can get a total body recomposition. Weightlifting helps you retain muscle while losing fat simultaneously, which leads to a more toned look versus that skinny fat look that if you only do cardio, it can kind of lead you in that direction. I think the biggest benefit of lifting is that it is sustainable long term. When you're weightlifting, you are preventing muscle loss when you are in a deficit, which means that you are intaking fewer calories than you are exerting. And when you maintain that muscle mass, it keeps your metabolism high. The most important long-term benefit that weightlifting will give you, like I said, is maintaining and growing muscle, which is going to be the number one thing to keep you from going frail when you age. A majority of weightlifting exercises can be directly translated into real life activities that you're going to be doing until the day that you die. So when you're weightlifting now, you're setting your future old self up to be more comfortable and struggle less when you're doing your daily activities at age 70, 80, 90. An example of this would be a shoulder press. When you think about it, you're pushing up, and that would be the same movement that you'll make whenever you're putting heavy dishes away above your head, which right now might seem like nothing, but when you're 70 years old and you don't have any muscle mass, you're going to struggle. Another example would be a basic squat. Every time that you squat, you are exercising the movement that you're going to have to make every single time that you sit down and stand up as an old person. So having that strength in your legs is going to help make that movement more comfortable and hopefully avoid the old man grunt. If you know, you know. So if you're looking for the overall longevity of your strength and health and looking out for your future self, definitely start incorporating weightlifting into your exercise routine. Okay, let's move on to the benefits of cardio, because just because strength training is really important for building the physique that you want and helping yourself out long term, cardio is also a crucial piece of exercise that can benefit your health in a lot of different ways. First off, the most obvious, cardiovascular activity is good for your cardiovascular health. Specifically, it strengthens your heart and your blood vessels. When you do aerobic exercise, your heart is working harder to pump blood. As you continue to build endurance, you are increasing your heart's efficiency over time. So this means that over time, as you increase your cardiovascular activity, you can lower your resting heart rate, which basically means that since you are improving your blood circulation and enhancing your oxygen delivery to muscles, that increased efficiency means that your heart doesn't have to beat as many times per minute because a singular pump has more efficiency than it used to. A healthy heart is also going to reduce your blood pressure, lower your bad cholesterol, increase your good cholesterol, and in turn, decrease your risk of heart disease. Moving on to a more basic benefit, cardio is going to give you an immediate calorie burn. You technically are going to burn usually more calories in a session of cardio than in a session of weightlifting. However, the difference here is that when you're doing cardio, you're burning calories right then and there. But once you stop that session, you're pretty much going to stop burning calories. While you might burn more calories during that session than you would with weightlifting, as I mentioned with weightlifting, you are going to continue to burn calories after the session due to excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, which means that although you're burning more calories in one session of cardio, you are over time going to actually burn more calories from weightlifting. So cardio is a great tool to bump up your deficit and how many calories you're exerting versus the calories that you're consuming. But it shouldn't be your primary source of calorie burn if your goal is to lose fat and lose weight and tone out. Because again, with weightlifting, you're going to be burning calories several hours after your session. And if you're just doing cardio, you're not going to retain any muscle mass. So you're not going to achieve that toned and stronger look. Again, if your goal is to run a race, a half marathon, or build up just your endurance, and that's your sole goal, then cardio is a great option. If your goal is body recomposition, transforming your physique, getting a toned look, you're really going to want to lean towards weightlifting. I do think that if you are somebody who's brand new to the gym, cardio is really great for beginners because it gives you something that is so easy and mindless to do to just get yourself into the habit of showing up to the gym every single day. That being said, once you are comfortable with consistently walking into the gym at the same time every single day and you have built that habit, then it's time to move to strength training if you really want to transform your body. So, which is better? Like I said, I think that both are really great. They have their own specific benefits. I personally would encourage anybody to incorporate both into their exercise routine. What I don't want to see is people totally killing themselves over doing an excess amount of cardio because it's not going to give you your dream body. Lifting is going to. So I would suggest doing about an hour of lifting and follow it up by a quick 20 minutes of incline walking or stair climbing, something like that to make you break a sweat. But you don't need to sit there and do an hour or an hour and a half or 2 hours of cardio. If you do a quick 20, 30-minute session of cardio after your lifts and you're doing 4 lifts a week, that's going to add up to over an hour of cardio anyways. And it's just a lot more manageable and spread out. One thing I will say, do not do your cardio before you lift. Unless you're a runner and your goal is running and your primary goal is like hitting a certain time. But if you're just doing cardio to get an extra fat burn, extra calorie burn, do it after your lift because you want all your optimal energy and optimal strength for your lift so that you can burn the most amount of calories, break down that muscle tissue so that it rebuilds because the growth of your muscles happens in recovery. So when you're in the gym pushing to your fullest strength, you are breaking down muscle tissue. And then in your rest phase, that muscle tissue is being repaired. And that's where the growth happens. So you really want to maximize your lift so that you can build that muscle. And no matter how tired you are after a session of lifting, you can always throw 10 minutes of incline walking in there. However, if you do 10 minutes of stairs or 10 minutes of incline walking, or you run a mile or two before your lift, your legs are going to be tired, you're going to be out of breath, and your lift is not going to be optimal. So if your goal is running, run first. If your goal is a body transformation and looking toned and looking strong, lift first. The last thing I want to touch on is a huge piece of this entire puzzle that is missing is nutrition. You could be doing the perfect breakout of lifting and cardio and smashing it in the gym every single day, but if your nutrition is not serving your body and fueling your body in the way that it needs, you're never, ever, ever going to see that body transformation that you want. You 1000% have to be eating enough calories and the right macronutrient breakout, which is your proteins, your fats, and your carbs. If you want to learn more about how to optimize your nutrition to reach your physique goals, head on over to the next video and we're going to dive into it there. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram at @ToneWithTiana. And if you have no idea what the heck you're doing, I do one-on-one personal training and nutrition coaching all online. I give you all the tools and you just have to execute. So shoot me a message or fill out my application if you're interested, and I can't wait to see you crush it.